welcome back to Gabychronicles, and I'm Lady G. Everyone knows that already. So I'm here today with an Ask Lady G, and I got a really heavy email from someone that, honestly speaking, I'm even feeling a bit unworthy to answer this one. I feel like this is way beyond me, but I'm gonna try my best to answer this one. Actually, I think people tend to forget that I'm just a little young lad. I mean, the fact that I have a bachelor's degree in psychology kind of probably carries a little credibility, but still, I do feel like with life comes experience, and some of these questions I kind of sometimes feel like I'm a little below them, but I do still try to give my honest opinion and my honest advice, because you're never too young to have an opinion. Everyone's entitled to one. So opinions, you can give your opinion, but it's not guaranteed if the person is actually going to take it. So this question is from a person. Obviously, I like to respect their identity, so they'll remain anonymous. And this is the email. Hello, do you give advice to men too? Well, here's my question. I'm divorced with 2 little girls, 11 and 13 years old. I'm finding it difficult to find a woman who will settle down with me at this point. I'm from Nigeria, and I don't want to go back there and bring a woman that will eventually leave me here in the United States after getting a green card. I'm a 60-year-old man. I need to settle down now before it's too late. I'm afraid to talk to Nigerian women over here because my Nigerian ex-wife left me after 17 years of marriage with no apparent reason. She took the house and everything. What should I do now, please? Well, I want to first of all correct your conception about Nigerian women in the US. Not all Nigerian women in the US are bad news. As a matter of fact, let's not even categorize that, say Nigerian women. Let's just say all women, because I mean Nigerian women, Indian women, Chinese women, whatever, we're all women, and every single category of women probably has its own stereotype, but not every stereotype is true. And not every Nigerian woman is bad news. There are wonderful Nigerian ladies here in the US, Exhibit A. So I want you to first of all correct that mindset. Now, if it's truly your dream to settle down with a Nigerian woman, I don't think you should be discouraged by that based off of what happened in the past. It is very unfortunate that what happened between you and your wife happened. I do believe, marriage is for better or for worse, and obviously sometimes divorce happens, and it's always a sad thing, but it should never stop anyone from living their life. I cannot even begin to relate with that. But what I will say here is I will try to brand this video to not be about your story, but to be a more general perspective, because obviously I cannot advise on marital issues when I've never been married myself. And I feel like, marriage is an institution that you kind of have to walk in the shoes and live it in order to be able to speak on it. So I'm going to advise based on general basis. When you're with somebody for a long time, when you're in a relationship with somebody and then it goes sour, how do you move forward into a new relationship? That happens to most people, to a lot of people, I can tell you that. And the first thing I would say is you have to come to terms with the fact that you and that person are through. That's the first thing that comes to it. If there's any hope of getting back together, I would assume that has, you've acted on those hopes, you've acted out and tried to get that union back together, but probably it has not, and now it's time for you to find yourself and move forward. So I would say that you first of all have to, you have to sit back and take back what's you. You have to find yourself again. If it's truly a person's dream to find another person, you have to first of all find yourself. I mean, find out what you like to do before you go out with the person. Did the person like to paint? Did they like to, vacation? Did they like to holiday? Find out those things about you. Date yourself, basically. Get in a relationship with you. And at that point, you realize, okay, I am now back. I am now myself again. I'm no longer myself and this person. I'm now me. And from there, you begin to move forward. I feel like a lot of times people make mistakes in the fact that they look for people who are just like the person they got out of the relationship with. But in all actuality, you shouldn't be doing that, because there's a reason why it didn't work out. And perhaps you need to probably start looking in a pool of different kind of people. Moving on after a breakup can be very difficult, but it is something that is necessary. So try putting yourself out there now. Try going out, try meeting people. It doesn't matter where you meet somebody. You don't just go to one location and think that, you know, I'm going to eventually meet somebody here. It happens sometimes, but I do believe that you have to put yourself out there more in order to see different kinds of people, because it might shock you that you thought you wanted this kind of person, but then you ended up wanting a different kind of person, and you found out a different kind of person somewhere else. So do put yourself out there. I know perhaps you might be having a hard time finding somebody because maybe you keep going to the same kind of settings and meeting the same kind of people. So try different settings that are kind of a little bit outside your comfort zone, and don't be afraid to fall in love again. Love is a beautiful thing when it's done right. So don't be afraid to fall in love again. Don't be afraid to give yourself to somebody again. Obviously, you know, it's very important for you because your two precious daughters, definitely it would be very wonderful if they could grow up with a wonderful female role model. And I do believe that eventually that will happen for you and for your precious daughters. So don't be afraid to love again. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there. As far as Nigerian women go, I do think there are wonderful Nigerian women out there. I know there are lots of clubs here in Houston where people come together mainly for the purpose of meeting somebody. You could try it, you know, you could probably try that out. Ask a couple of friends about these clubs that people come together, and maybe join one of these organizations, and perhaps you might meet someone special there. And you know, that's basically, you know, the best I can say right now. This video was actually very impromptu, so I didn't plan to shoot this video at all. It's a question I've been sitting in my mailbox for a while, and I've been feeling so guilty for not answering it. So I really do hope that I was able to help you out a little bit, you know, just a tiny bit. But you know, who knows? And I really do hope that you start to put yourself out there, start to trust again, and don't allow this prejudice feeling of Nigerian women are no good to stop you from finding your next Nigerian queen. And I also pray for your precious little daughters that they shall grow up to be wonderful women and wonderful members of the society. So guys, once again, I'm Lady G and this is Gabby Chronicles. You can visit my blog at www.gabychronicles.com. Yes, I now have my own URL. And also, you know, I'm gonna put my Instagram, my Snapchat, you know, my email, everything, so you can stalk me, email me, ask me questions. I'm always here to help you out with your problems. Guys, have a wonderful week and see you guys next time during the week on my next video. Bye.